Hey, welcome back. So I am going to be creating some red brick as a pattern. These are the colors. I'm using the Ohuhu markers. And so I'm going to start out with the CG1100. And I'm going to actually use the brush side. And I'm going to use this as my base color. This is the color that's going to kind of show up in between the bricks themselves. And it's a little bit of a lightish, cool color gray. Okay. Now you can go in whenever you are doing brick. If you want to draw out your brick first with pencil, you can totally do that. I'm gonna kind of just wing it here. And they by no means have to be totally perfect. Okay. Oh, we're gonna make that a little longer. There we go. All right, so then I'm gonna go in and I'm going to color part of the red. By the way, this is the R3 red. I think I forgot to mention that. And then in the middle, I'm gonna leave it light. And I'm gonna add some little dots kind of in the middle so it's not that gray, but it ends up being a much lighter red. And what you can do is you can color around the outside. You don't want a solid like space, but you want it broken up a little bit, but you want it a little lighter. And we're also going to end up going in with some colored pencils. Now you don't have to if you don't want to, but I kind of like the look of that. So I'm going to show you how to do it with just the markers or added colored pencil if you like. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to add all those dots. And there's really no kind of wrong way to do it. And again, the dots break up that light area, which is nice. I want to break that up some. And this one I kind of forgot to do the dots. That's okay. Each brick is a little bit different, so that's okay. Okay. So there are my bricks. Now that's not finished at all yet. I'm going to go in with the R8. And first off, I'm going to draw a line just along the one edge of the brick, kind of to give it that shadowed part. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this darker red and I'm just going to go around the outside edges with some dots. To kind of break up the brightness and give it a little extra texture too. So I'm adding some texture. With this darker red. And again, with this, it doesn't have to be exactly the same on each brick. In fact, you want it to be different because each brick is a little bit different. But I am leaving part of that middle area a little bit lighter. go. Okay. So I have the brick with the texture of the darker red on there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my WG3, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to add some little dots kind of in between my bricks, just to give a little bit of texture in between and to break up some of that light so it's not all just a flat color. And then I'm also going to be drawing some lines along the brick as well. Okay. And darken that up a little bit just along the edge. Again, I'm going along that same right side and then also the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to also go along with my NG03. And I'm going to go into my brick and just along the corners, I'm going to add just a little bit of that darker gray on the brick itself. And again, I'm just doing little dots just to, and the farther your dots are away, the lighter the value, which is the light and darkness of a color. The closer your dots are going to be, the darker the value. So you're just deciding how dark you want some spots to be, and those spots have your closer dots together. Again, I can go along the edge with this little darker color and just give those bricks a little bit of a shadow. Like so. Now, I could leave this totally like that if I wanted to. It'd be totally fine. If you're good with just using the marker, you can do that. I'm going to use a white Prismacolor. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a little bit of highlight on that middle part of the brick, so that's a little bit lighter in the middle. Because that gives it a little bit of depth. Now, if you want to push it even farther, what you can do is you can grab darker gray. I'm using the Espresso Gray from Prismacolor. And I can even add a little bit more depth into the areas between the brick without coloring it all in one color. And then you get even a little bit more depth. That is how you do the brick pattern with alcohol markers and colored pencil.